Hello and welcome to Torg Tuesdays. I am JM, your GM, and with me tonight are only Lady Salvo and Anton. If you notice something else different about the stream, you will notice that we have character art. We have character art for Lady Salvo and Anton and Lapis. These are not the final pieces, but they were shared with me by the artist, so we put them on the stream. Thank you so much to Simi of Doom. You can check her out on Twitter or on Instagram. She is spectacular. She did the art for our Fading Suns Oh Boy crew. She has done the art for some of my other projects, which has just been great. And now we have her doing stuff for the Torg games. So again, check her out, follow her, send her tweets and likes and whatever other buttons that are available on those two platforms. Simi of Doom. Yes. So, Anton and Lady Salvo, when we last left off, you all journeyed away from the rest of the group, staying with Babushka and her children, or her grandchildren.
There's a gamer superstition that says that once you get official artwork for your character, that their days are numbered.
That
they're going to die very soon.
Mark has not bought a mini for this character, which is usually like the death knell. In fact, I actually had a suggestion from Rob Hainso of 13th Age fame, who said that I should just run a game with all of Mark's dead characters and have everyone play Mark's dead characters with all of these gorgeous painted minis and just do a one-shot. And I think it's a delightful idea. So, when you guys spent the night recuperating at this little Russian woman's house with her grandchildren, where you discovered that they have ties to some nefarious, or maybe not nefarious, but definitely under the legal radar person that they refer to as the Deathless. And her grandchildren were not actually her grandchildren, but members of the race, like Anton is. And after discussing back and forth what to do, Lady Salvo and Anton decided that they could not, in good conscience, leave Barakin in the hands of the Kleist monks, and along with Zakova and her brother Solomon, are traveling back west, the opposite direction of the rest of the group, in an attempt to discover what is going on with the mines, what is going on with the priests, and possibly free Barakin from this tyranny, especially before Volkov and the rest of his army show up. So, one other thing for the chat, because I do know that you keep track of these things. After last session, which, I mean, technically is true, even though I just told them like 17 minutes ago, I did award 5 additional XP for the completion of that storyline, which brings all of the Horsemen up to 55 XP.
Double nickels.
That's right. Sure. Hashtag double nickels. Can we also just talk about how sweet the detail on Anton and Lady Salvo? Like, I love that Lady Salvo has the earpiece and her father's strange playing device, and Anton just looks like he is ready to step out into the radioactive wastes of Tharcold. So, you spend the rest of the night on the snowmobiles. Heading back west until the lights of Barakin kind of come into view. And that's where Zakova kind of pulls off to the side. Her brother's riding behind her. You each are on your own snowmobiles. So, do we go into town, or do I take you to the mines? Where do you want to go first?
I believe Anton and I discussed this before, and the mines seem like the source of the problem. We should go there first.
There are many strange people there. You'll see what I mean. They do not look human or of the race. But She peels off farther to the north, cutting a line in the snow. Solomon gripping the back of his sister, she basically just guns this thing off into the snowdrift. And about an hour later, frost and snow built up on your cowl and your collars and on your little hat, your beanie. Yes, Lady Salvo.
I pull up my scarf.
You would be surprised that the scarf and the domino mask actually possess some sort of preternatural resistance to the cold and the frost. It must be a little bit left of that Nile Empire possibility. Wrong pipe. It's fine. And as you she weaves into that forest that kind of spread to the north to kind of keep you out of the line of sight. It gets a little bit hairy for a bit as you are sort of driving these snowmobiles, in and out of the trees. But eventually you see the ridgeline that she spoke of, and you can see what seems to be at the base of this cliff, all of these piles of rubble and old broken timbers and dented and rusted out mine carts, and in fact large twisted sections of track. And it looks like the mine has been basically cleared out and repaired going back in. You can see a couple of big earth movers that are sitting on the outside of this thing. And as you kind of approach, you can see what Zakova meant. You're pretty sure that the monastery is not employing children to guard their mines, but they seem to be almost of childish proportions.
Are we talking like Jawas here, or what are we looking at?
You're looking at most of the people that you can see. They are only about 3.5 feet tall. They are wearing the same sort of like stocking cap that Anton has. They have large overstuffed jackets, and that they're wearing almost as full-length robes, if you will. And they're keeping mostly to the shadow. Like it from where you're at, it's sort of hard to see kind of where that get much more detail than just that from them.
Do they have green hair like Oompa Loompas?
You cannot tell. They're wearing, as I said, they're wearing caps. I'm
gonna use my binoculars.
Oh,
get a closer look.
Well, fine. If you're going to cheat with technology,
this is good old Nile Empire lenses.
That's right. Top of the line, 1930s technology.
Right.
What you can tell about them is they definitely seem to be wearing some sort of flak jacket under their under those kind of army issue winter parkas. Their proportions seem wrong. As you really kind of with the binoculars, Lady Salvo, you can see that their arms are the right length for adults, but their torsos seem really shrunk. Their legs seem really shrunk. They are wearing kind of full cowls with snow goggles on, so it's hard to see their features. Go ahead and give me a mind roll, please.
Mind not find?
Mind not find.
Yeah. Did we have these in our native Tharcold before we crossed over? These kind of short beings?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
What did you get, Lady Salvo?
Natural 1.
So how does one do this? All right. As you kind of the chat. I do adore our chat. I said minors, not minors.
Yeah, they look like they're 12 years old.
That's right. So you're not sure what you're looking at, but if you had to take a guess. Now, Lady Salvo, you are from the Nile Empire, and one of the things that the Nile Empire has going for it is a very strong sense of pulp, and that kind of pervades the whole cosmos. So you are familiar with some of those pulps that talk about strange beings from other planets and what it would be like. Speculative fiction, I believe it is called, where what if somebody weren't from our Earth gravity, but were from somebody else, like from like a heavier gravity? Like, what would that do to a person? You're like, no, that definitely seems like sort of what I'm looking at. It seems as if these people have been compacted somehow.
I will lower the binoculars and turn to Anton and say, with complete sincerity, aliens. I think they're aliens.
You can have a possibility.
I look at Zarkov and her brother, or Zarkova, her brother, and then I kind of look at myself and go, yes, we are.
Listen, I'm not saying that everything is an alien, but in these cases, I'm thinking aliens.
As we all know, pulp franchises only get better when you add aliens.
Let's go talk to them, she says, and I'm gonna just in case, I'm gonna uncase the sniper rifle, hold it in my arms, and I'm gonna sneak. I'm gonna stealth up there closer.
All right, go ahead and give me a stealth check. I'm going to roll. So before you do that, Zakova says, "Do you wish us to go with you? Do you wish us to provide cover support?" They brought 2 more of the Barretts.
Cover support.
All right, so they basically turn the snowmobiles off, kind of push them just within the forest boundaries, and are setting the rifles up on the backs of the snowmobiles. If you are
quick getaways.
If you are sneaking up, I'm going to need some stealth rolls.
Well, okay. Before I go, first, Lady Salvo's going to stop, and when she notices that they're taking these precautions with the rifle, she's going to rub her chin carefully and look at her own rifle and look at their rifles and kind of, sort of shrug. I still have the Idol of Set, so I have favored with my stealth roll.
You do still have the Idol of Set.
Ooh, well, that first roll's an 18. I think I'm going to keep that. So, yeah, that's +5 to my stealth of 14, so that's a 19.
Anton, what'd you get?
Well, I was going to let Lady Salvo, because I know how good she is at that, and then I was going to try, but more than likely I'll just kind of walk up into the light, because
I am the knight. I am vengeance.
Yeah. So it's a dex.
It is a dex-based test.
I'm going to pull the Batman and wait for Anton to turn his back, and then I'm gone.
I say that because
that's right. You turn back to tell Lady Salvo how stealthy she is, and she's already gone.
Yeah, that brings me down to a 6. So.
Nope.
All right. So, Lady Salvo, as you approach, you can also see as you kind of break the forest, the tree line. You can see that kind of behind the 2 earth movers, there does seem to be some sort of wooden structure that has been kind of erected near the mine entrance. But you can't really tell what it's like from here. But you are like a shadow in the night. Not the shadow in the night. That is a legally distinct Nile Empire hero. But you managed to get up to kind of the closer of these massive earth movers. And as you kind of get closer, you notice 2 things. One, these things are wicked fast. They kind of ponder along, and then they'll hear something and they'll dart nearly twice as fast as, say, Anton can move. And then they kind of go back to their very slow, ponderous kind of gait. And you also notice that while they are wearing kind of like army issue knit gloves, you can see something is catching the light on the ends of each of their fingers. Like something is
Seeing that-
reflecting the light.
Seeing that, I'd like to go high up on the Earth Mover if I could.
All right, yeah, you just like they've got the ladder right there, and you kind of, as you get to the top of it, you notice two things. I feel like everything is coming in pairs. One, from this vantage point, you can see that there are 6 of these things. 2, you can see that beyond the other Earth Mover, a small, for lack of a better term, a log cabin, a large kind of what looks to be a one-room structure. It is not it's just one story. It's built pretty low to the ground, but it spreads out quite a bit. Basically the size of like twice the available space at Babushka's house, but just one floor. There do seem to be 3 chimneys. None of them are really putting out smoke, but you do see every so often like whiffs of steam kind of coming off of there. And that's when everything goes to hell.
As I tried my sneaky, I activate awareness.
Okay, you're welcome to activate awareness, but you definitely fail at the sneaky thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Humming your own theme song.
Learn by failing, right?
It's like that scene in Order of the Stick where the bard is playing the stealthy song. Hey, Lady Salvo! That's right.
I'm channeling my inner illithid.
Your inner illithid? All right, well, just, crack open one of these small creature skulls and slurp it out. All right, what'd you get?
Don't tempt me. Uh, 16. So that gives me a good success. So my defense is up by 2.
All right. All right, Lady Salvo, you can see like all 6 of them kind of at once draw themselves up to, their full 1 meter of terrifying stature. And they turn and they kind of all cock their heads in the same sort of Labrador head tilt as kind of like looking at Anton approach. And then you blink and they are crossing the distance. Just so you realize they're moving at about 56 meters around.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Lady Salvo, if you would tell me when to stop.
Stop.
All right. Do you want me to cut? Or take the top?
I say hello in Russian.
Take the top or cut?
Take the top.
All right. Let me do a little of this. And the top card is The Pace Quickens. Villains go first, but heroes get an up.
Ooh.
The approved action, and I know that Ross is completely unfamiliar with this tactic, is any multi-action is considered the favored action. Nice. They do not notice you, Lady Salvo, so the 6 of them in this strange, stunted, 4-legged lope cross the distance, and Anton, all 4 of them come charging, or all 6 of them come charging right into you.
Hello, I say in Russian.
All right. Your unarmed defense, sir, is now a 14, correct?
Yes.
Cool.
Correct.
It's like I'm prepared.
They all missed, right?
A lot of them miss. The guy who
rolled
rolled
them explode in bloody mists.
The guy who rolled a 10 definitely missed. The guy who rolled a 9 definitely missed. Another 10 or a 12 that doesn't hit. So 3 of them definitely miss you. One of them hits with a 16, so that'll do base damage to you, Mark. So you can see that this thing kind of comes up, and you realize that there are knife blades out on the sides of their hands, kind of like opposite their thumbs. They've got these blades that are kind of curving out from the bottom of their palm. And this one runs right into you and attempts to gut you, but only ends up hitting you for 2 shock.
Now, didn't she get awareness up?
That's with the awareness.
That's
Her
with the
awareness
awareness.
went from 12 to 14. However, the last 2 rolled 20s. So, so up 8 is a good success. So the second one, or the second one that hits you, Mark, will do. Man, still, Anton's a tough little bastard. Anton, you will take 2 more shock from the second one that kind of catches you across the face. However, the last one seems to be kind of like moving around, and with a snarl, because he rolled a 20 and then a 20 and then a 2.
Ooh. Ugh.
So a 42 is up 12. That will be an outstanding success.
Ugh.
He will hit you for 2 wounds and 4 shock. It sort of kind of leaps on the back of one of its allies and tries to bring the knife kind of clean down across the left side of your face. You may make a soak roll.
Yes, I will spend a possibility. Now, here's a question, because I've never had this happen, because usually there's more of us to absorb this. If do I just negate the last damage, or
What was that?
if I do well, do I negate all the damage, or just this one attack?
Each individual attack you must make a soak roll from.
So the first 2 I'll just take, and this last
4
one,
shock.
Yeah. So 4 shock, but hopefully I can soak this one.
Anybody feel like JM's been watching Phantasm with like the little dudes?
16.
A 16 will reduce 2 wounds and all shock, so you take nothing. What does that look like? As he kind of brings this blade down across from you, you're certain that he's going to flay open the side of your face.
Well, it's not so much that I'm changing reality. It's that they're moving so fast that they expect me to take that extra 6 inches in my movement, and I'm slower. So he kind of just whiffs right in front of me, and I feel the cold radiate off the blade as it barely misses my skin. They're moving that much too slow for him.
So they were just expecting how slow you actually were.
Yes, they were just.
All right,
Just like the other 3 that missed. They were like, they came down in very, I'm sure, in a kata-like move, flash the air.
So before either of you make your attacks or take your turns, I do need a spirit or willpower test from you, just from how fast they are moving, how vicious they are.
Dude, I grew up with demons.
I got a 7. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 10.
All right.
You got 15.
All possibility it.
Otherwise, you are very stymied from the fear of these creatures.
Yeah. I'll definitely possibility that. Okay, so that takes me to a +8, 15.
Okay, neither of you are scared. You both get to go, and you both have an up. So for those of you who don't know, who might be new to the stream tonight, an up gives each character on that side an additional roll. So you basically start off making 2 rolls, and you add you add it to the first. So combined with the fact that any multi-action is the approved action, ups are really rare, but they're really powerful. They represent those moments where everything sort of aligns for one side or the other, and it all comes together. So, what do you 2 want to do?
Do you want to go first, Herr or Frau Big Gun?
Fraulein, thank you very much.
Fraulein Big Gun.
Yeah, I will open fire. My multi-action is I will plug in my weird science listening device and listen to the music of the spheres. Although, are we still on Core Earth?
You still are on Core Earth.
Okay, then it's picking up some kind of Russian music, I'm sure.
It's
Um,
the song that causes the Russian Cossacks to break out into the dance where they're basically squatting and kicking their legs.
yes.
That is the music that sort of comes through. Now, I will say, because these creatures are small, you have a -2 penalty to hit them.
Okay. So multi-actions, plug that in and shoot.
Go for it.
And I will try to hit two of them. So multi-actions two, small sizes two,
Two.
and then two for trying to hit two of them. So I'm
Two.
at a -6.
But you've got an up.
I do have an up. So yeah, I'm trying to shoot two of them then.
All right, go
all right.
for it.
Okay, well, I'm favored, so I'm going to roll again. All right. And then I get the up on top of the roll I just made, and that explodes too, right?
I believe so, yes. It is an
Oh,
additional roll.
Oh, God. Okay.
We're at glory?
Yeah. Jesus.
Do either of you have a glory card?
I don't.
No. But because he rolled so low, we do have coup de grace.
Yeah, that's. Oh, I'm going to have to calculate this one. All right, so +2, so 15, 22 is 37 minus 6, 31.
Well, I don't think.
I rolled a 10 and then a 20 and then a 20 and I was like, oh my God.
And I assume that is that's with all of the penalties figured in.
Yeah, it's a 37 minus 6, so 31.
All right, so a 31 is. Hold on, let me figure this out. Wait, we all know it's an outstanding success. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh God. Okay, to specify, I'm choosing. I can't.
Oh wait, you're shooting into
I'm firing into melee.
Yep. So what's what was your roll?
31.
But isn't it your? Hold on, let me pull this up. I had that written down in my notes. Don't forget he's firing into melee.
Don't worry, the chat reminded you.
I know, I love the chat. Possibility for everyone in chat.
They have asked that question of, so what happens if we ever play with JM? We got all these possibilities.
Yeah, I feel like you should be able to bring them into. So firing into a melee, if the final die total is odd, which it is. The random participant in the melee is affected.
Well, what was your die roll odd or the total on your to hit?
All right, so there's 6 of them and 1 of you, though, so the odds are still high that I'm not going to hit you.
Yeah, so basically what I'm going to do...
I have a 1 in 7 chance of hitting not you.
Well, you actually... You have two 1 in 7 chances because you're making 2 shots.
That's right,
So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to say 8s I'll re-roll. 1s are Anton. 2 through 7 are basically,
Yeah, anybody in the mix.
Well, I got really good news, and I got really not so great news. I rolled a 1 and a 5, so your first shot definitely catches the creature that looked like it was just going to lay open Anton. Unfortunately, the second one takes him. So go ahead and roll your Anton. I assume that a 31 is an outstanding success.
Yeah, I got a 14, so.
Yeah, so do these guys, but they're small. So, all right, so roll the damage individually, Lady Salvo.
All right. So that's 13 plus 16, 29 AP4 on the first shot.
So, in a move that some might call a Gallagher, this small creature's head just erupts in bone, and Anton, everything slows down for you as you kind of see that first one. Its head just erupts, and you're pretty sure that while there's bone in there, there's also plant matter. You don't have time to think about it as the second shot takes you in the back. What's the damage on the second shot?
Okay, well, starting out better. Oh, it is way better. It's 20 AP4.
All right, so Anton, AP4 drops you to 8, so 20 is 12 over, so that's 2 wounds and 4 shock.
But you're up on the soak roll.
Yes. Ooh, first roll is a 20,
What?
followed by a 17, and then my up roll. So, not a 20. 12. So my reality roll is a 26.
You take no damage whatsoever.
That's right.
So from the top of the earth mover, there will be this dramatic moment as I step into the light, with the smoking rifle, and lean over and say, "Welcome to Earth."
He did a multi-action, so you get a possibility, or no, you get a new card, right?
Yeah.
I'm also playing a card, Jam.
Okay, what's your card? Do you want to hear what
Escalation.
card you drew first?
Oh yeah, that's fine. But this is the Cosmic card.
It is Flurry.
Okay, great. And I'm playing Escalation as the Cosmic card.
What's that do?
All right, Escalation. Play at any time during an encounter. Enemy reinforcements arrive, including a reality-rated foe. All Storm Knights gain 1 to 3 possibilities after the adversaries are dealt with, depending on the strength of the forces who appeared.
All right, so I have to add more people to this, and a reality-rated foe, and you get possibilities.
After we deal with them, yes.
All right.
There are other ways to get possibilities, Ross. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm trying up here, okay? I'm playing off the whole alien thing.
So you both hear over, and I'm going to you hear over the comms.
The speaker systems turn on in the mic.
No, but you can hear Zakova
and Solomon.
She says something in Russian. Anton, you know that what she just said was, "It's just been revoked," and you hear two cracks of their rifles. Now the good news is that both of them rolled even rolls. Solomon missed, but Zakova is apparently a crack shot with this Barrett, and she puts another one of these things in the ground. So, Anton, you are now only surrounded by 4. However...
I'm not going to be surrounded. Hey, I get to go.
Oh, you do get to go. Hey, Anton, you're up.
I
just assumed it was hopeless and moved on.
Anton, do it. Do the thing.
Now, I can just back up and get out of melee, but that's no fun. So I'm going to invoke telekinesis and just float up above them so they can't slash me with their pointy little fingers.
Okay.
Now, since I already have awareness up, is that a multi-action, or do I need to do something else to get the multi-action?
You will need to do something else to get the multi-action. You do have a concentration penalty, however.
Yes, because they're both concentration.
That's right.
That's okay. I'm gonna telekinesis up and then pyrokinesis one of them. But I'm gonna get out of their clutches and get out of melee. And as I rise up out of the air, make my roll first.
Now, Mark, I will say, if you take this action, which you are more than welcome to, you will be vulnerable until the end of your next turn because you are withdrawing from melee.
Well, I'm just gonna go straight up.
You're still withdrawing from melee, so like you're having to focus on not getting hit, so you are vulnerable until the end of your next turn.
Okay. Oh wait, I get it up.
You get an up on, I believe, the first roll of your turn.
Oh, just the first roll?
Yeah. Did you used it on the
On myself, I did. Yeah.
Soaking wasn't on his turn; it was on mine.
All right, I'll give it to you, Mark. Go for it.
It gives me a 26. And yeah, that gives me a lot. So I get outstanding success. So my strength is +4. Range doesn't matter because it's just me. So I'll be vulnerable, but I'm going to raise up and then pyrokinesis. So I'll get to about 20 meters up in the air.
Okay, now remember it's one roll, so you keep that original roll.
Oh, okay.
With the penalties, the multi-action penalties. So you got a -2 for your invocation of telekinesis from concentration, and a -2 from the multi-action.
Okay, still gives me a 22.
All right.
Instead of 26, 20. So it's -4.
Yeah, it's a total of -4.
Okay, so pyrokinesis 22 versus their dodge or dex.
You definitely hit that one with a good success.
Okay, that'll be 1 extra die of damage. So 18 fire damage.
18 fire damage against these creatures. 10, so up 8. So another one of them falls to the fire of Anton. As he kind of stands up there, like floating above them, Lady Salvo, just igniting them with his mind.
What card?
Your destiny card is action.
Okay, I play opponent fails.
Into the pool?
And in my pool, yes.
All right.
Oh yeah, I put flurry into my pool.
Perfect. All right, Lady Salvo, you hear this screeching noise from the entrance to the mine, and you can see that there are 6 more of these creatures that come racing out, and behind them is a tall, very slender creature in like a shredded, elongated hazmat suit and a gas mask that seems to be welded to its face. You can see there seems to be green glowing points behind the tinted glass of the gas mask, and they have long taloned fingers, but this one is also carrying an olive sprayer, one of the large weapons of Tharkold. And it motions to Anton, and the 6 go racing into combat. Hold on. You still had a 14. Does this one see you? Well, you did take shots, so they definitely saw you.
Oh yeah, I'm standing on top of this thing with the rifle. I'm not.
Wow. All right. So you next card is They Strike. Villains go first. Heroes are fatigued. And the approved action is maneuver. So we're going to start off with the 3 that are near Anton. They're going to have to take a multi-action to attempt to reach you.
They can fling each other into the air.
They're going to try and leap into the air.
Okay. I think I said I'm 20 meters up.
You're 20 meters up?
Because my pyrokinesis only reaches 25, so I can't go too far away.
Okay, that's fair. All right, one of them is going to try and leap up at you. The other ones are going to charge Lady Salvo.
Charge.
Remember, they got like a 56 movement.
Oh, they're climbing up the thing.
They're climbing up the thing. They actually also have they have the ability fast. They move or climb at 14 and may run up to 56.
So they're Tasmanian devils.
Sure.
Full arm.
A 14 is not nearly high enough to get you, Anton. But the other two and the other and four of the six. So, Lady Salvo, as you watch, the six come running at you. They are close enough. The other two are coming in. They will not reach you this turn. Your dodge, you are not within range of Anton's special.
No.
Okay.
No.
He was too far. It was only 10 meters to start.
He
wasn't
says,
close
but
enough.
Lady Salvo has a defense of 17, if my notes are correct.
No. Okay, this is hand, right?
This is, yes.
Okay, so it's normally 16, but because I got my powers on, it's 18.
It's 18. All right, so yeah, we brought that up, and I did not make my notes. All right, here comes 18. Oh, man. Most of them just whiff as they come running up this thing. Lady Salvo, you are dancing the dance of defense against these creatures. Two, however, seem hopeful, at least to the GM. Nope, that's a 16. That would hit you normally. But the 20...
Woo!
32 plus 10, 24, which puts me 8 up. So, that would be a good success against Lady Salvo.
Ow.
That's 1 wound and 2 shock. As this, like, they all just sort of swarm the earth mover that you're standing on, and one of them manages to kind of catch you and tries to lay your thigh open from like knee to hip.
I will soak. And that's 10. And that's a 1, so it's 11. Which that is going to be a reality of 10.
Which will negate 1 wound and all shock.
Huzzah.
Greg, you have a really good point, and I appreciate you.
No, don't listen to Greg.
However,
strangers.
there is the crack of the rifle as it kicks in the creature's hands, and he sprays down Anton with a heavy burst from this rifle.
Into melee. No, I'm joking. He's above it.
Anton's above melee fighting, which makes him an easy
That's right.
target for ranged attacks. Anton, it gets a good success on you.
Remember, I'm vulnerable. I don't know. Is that just for the guys in melee, or?
No, you're vulnerable to all attacks.
Okay,
So that
yeah,
will
so
that
I'm
will be
vulnerable.
an outstanding success. 18. Toughness 12, so up 6. So that'll be a wound and 2 shock. As these heavy rounds just start slamming into you.
Okay.
All right, it is.
I'll take it.
All right, it is your guys' turn. What do you do?
And we're fatigued, so we take some shock.
You will each take 2 shock unless your armor is also fatiguing, in which case you will take additional shock.
Nope.
All right. I know what I need to do. I am.
Kill that thing. Kill that thing.
I have to get out of melee because this rifle, you cannot fire it in melee. Only pistols can be fired when you're in melee. So I'm going to presume, JM, that there's an arm of the earth mover or a higher point I could climb to.
Yeah,
and
you
run
could
out
totally
from
get
the-
up onto the top of the. You can run up this arm that's currently curled down, and the bottom is resting. It's very narrow. So
I do that.
The DN
Like a
will
champ.
be a
You know
little
what?
higher.
The DN for what?
The DN for a maneuver to get up there would be higher.
Oh, do I have to maneuver to do this?
If you would like, I mean, it is the approved action. It is your choice. If you want to take the high ground and then take a shot, it is up to you.
Okay. Well, all right. So I guess, yeah, I might as well. All right. So it's a multi-action. Why not? there's going to be a lot of penalties in this round, folks. So yeah, I'm going to make a maneuver roll as part of a multi-action. Ugh, my God. Okay, this is going to be one roll that counts for everything in the round.
Yep.
So the idea is to break free, get away from the guy so I can use the rifle and shoot at the apparent leader.
Okay.
Twice. So I have to take into account like all of the penalties for that. So that's a multi-action -2, 2 shots is -2. So I'm at a 4 penalty to the maneuver, correct?
You're at a 4 penalty to the maneuver, yes.
Okay, and I will be vulnerable after doing this.
Yes.
Okay.
4 penalty on your shot's probably not a big deal, but the maneuver.
Oh, it's a big deal, Anton, because this rifle has the downside called bulky, which means if I move and then shoot it. Remember, I was taking close. I pointed out. I was like, "Oh, I see what they're doing. They're bracing their rifles." Yeah, if I don't get to do that, it's a -4 to the shot.
Maybe you should drop it and go.
I thought about it. I was like, I could just drop it and go pistols blazing, and I wouldn't have to do any of this stuff. But this rifle's too cool. I chopped a lot of wood for this freaking rifle.
You did.
I'm gonna use it. So yeah, I'm so -4 in the maneuvers is the bottom line on that one. All right, here we go. Okay, well that's pretty good. That's a 15, so +2. My maneuver is a 15, so that's a 17 -4 is a 13.
Would you like to spend a possibility on that? The DN is 14. It's a narrow arm. It's covered in snow.
Yeah,
the metal is
I will.
slick. Okay.
I'm playing the flurry card as well this turn, Jam.
Okay.
All right, so the possibility adds 10 to that, which is now 25, so it's +8 to the maneuver. That's a 8 and 15 is a 23. -4 is a 19.
All right. Go for it. You race up this thing, basically finding your purchase as quickly as possible and moving. You are now like on level kind of with where Anton is, because it was coming, an incline up to the
Was
mine.
That's a good result or a great result? Or
That is a good result.
Okay, good enough for me. All right, so yeah, I scamper up this thing, and actually I would imagine that even if it's super cold and frozen and metal and at night, this is kind of what my powers are good for. So I'm kind of like just running like Catwoman or Batman right along the edge of this freaking crane. Hopefully they're not as agile as I am, so we'll see about that. But I get to the point where I can fire, and I'm going to take the strap of the rifle and just kind of go and wrap it around my arm
To kind of
just get
pull
as much
it real tight in. Okay.
as I can. Yeah, and then I'm like, and 2 shots at the main bad guy.
All right. So from where he's standing,
yep.
he is sort of standing in the darkness of the entrance to the mine. So, gotta pull this up here real quick. Where am I looking at? All right, go ahead. It is a additional -2 penalty to hit him in the shadows.
Okay, so that's 2 shots at 22.
Okay. All right. 2 shots at 22. The Anton, you can see Lady Salvo climb to the top, take her shots, and a 22 is enough for a good success.
Sweet. So, bang bang. First shot. That's infinity. So 8 and 16 is 24 AP4. in the first shot.
Okay. First
Second shot
rings out.
Yep. Infinity. Woo! All right. Like this. So it's 7 and 16 is 23 AP4 on the second shot.
All right.
And before I get to see even what happens to those, Anton's going to hear a very unladylike whoa, 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 whoa from the top of the thing as the recoil has me on the edge of the platform. And I'm just desperately trying to cling back on. Just a blur of hands and feet as I'm struggling to not get knocked off the top of the thing by the recoil.
All right.
It's very undignified.
So one of them, one of them seems to. It looks like it would have stunned or shocked someone else, but this creature seems to ignore it. The second one hits it, and it tears through the remains of the tattered remains of the hazmat suit, and you inflict one wound on this creature, Lady Salvo.
So did he make soak rolls on both?
He did not make soak rolls on either. He chose not to.
Then I won't play it. Opponent fails. Not yet. I was hoping.
They must breed them very tough on their planet. I'll say out loud.
Anton, you are up.
How far is gas mask dude or dudette?
From you?
Yes.
About 70 meters.
So I can fly at my walking speed, which is 8. No, I will hope my compatriots will put more 50 cal rounds through gas mask, and I will attempt to maneuver. Nah, I'm just gonna put. No, I'm not gonna maneuver. I'm really not that good at it.
Lady Salvo, you got attuned.
Oh, that's right. Hey, I got a freaking card.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget a flurry. I'm still flurry.
Yep. At the end of
don't forget to play it. Yeah, and don't forget to play a card.
Yes.
So I will just maintain my hover and pyrokinesis again. So it still should only be this -2, right? Because I've just got the second.
Yes, the one below you.
Yeah, below me. I'm not going to try to. I can't reach far enough to hit the other one.
All right, go for it.
Blast another thing.
Don't worry, chat. This is the round where possibilities are going to be spent on the villain side.
Really?
They can't hear me, so they think that this is all fine.
Pyrokinesis. So 17 for dodge or dex.
A 17 is a normal success against that creature below you.
Okay, 14 fire.
14 fire?
Yes, and
Mark, as you rain fire down on this thing, you can see it doesn't care.
okay. I put coup de grace into play.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Good idea.
Or, to quote myself, coup de grace.
Lady Salvo, your flurry is up.
Okay. Now you said that penalty from before was because of the lighting.
Yes.
Okay. Man, I wish I could. Is there? I'm just trying to find it. Is there aim in the as a thing?
I believe so.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there it is. Character can sacrifice his turn to aim.
You'll get +4 to the next attack.
Yeah, that's not going to be okay. I'll just not move and then not suffer the -4 penalty,
Okay.
which would be helpful. Yeah, we'll keep track of my rounds. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna fire one shot at this guy now.
All right.
But I am stabilized now. I kind of hook a leg around one of the stanchions.
All right. take the shot.
So it's a total of -2, right? With the that's the only penalty I've got right now at the moment.
Yep.
All right. So, all right, here we go. I am favored, so I will be rolling that again. Yes, natural 20. Yes. That's 25. Okay, I can definitely live with that shot. That's +8, 28 total.
That is an outstanding success.
All right. Take that, sucker. All right. Cool. So, infinity. Oh, this dice.
Oh, I trust
This
you,
dice is
Ross.
my champion. So 7 and 8. Okay, so 24 AP4 again.
All right. It is going to attempt to soak that.
Hey, I made it try to soak it.
All right. It soaks the wound.
Opponent fails.
All right.
Oh, it
Anton.
doesn't. Oh, no.
All right. It takes another wound. Second round goes through it. The new card is...
Wait. I want to play attuned so I can get a new Cosm card.
Okay. The new Cosm card is Keep Fighting.
All right.
Play when any character must test for defeat. They automatically receive an outstanding result without a roll. And all...
So I'm going to yell down. I'm yelling down to the guy that I've shot now 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
I'll yell down to him and say, pick on someone your own size.
It kind of looks right at you with its glowing green eyes. And
It was tall, right?
what was that?
The
it's
gas mask thing is tall and lanky,
super
right?
tall.
It is tall and quite lanky. This card is called You're Driven Back. Villains go first, and heroes suffer a surge. Defend or maneuver is the appropriate action.
Wait, before we go, what about Solomon and what about our
Oh,
backup?
I made both of their
Yeah.
shots. They took out the one below Anton, leaving only 8 of these creatures for the group to deal with.
And they're all over on the machine, or is there any below me, or are they
None
all
of
over
them
by
are
the
below
machine?
you. They are all on the machine. Now, Lady Salvo, you were wondering, how do they fare for maneuvers? Well, you're going to find out as
I'm gonna find out.
they come clambering onto the limbs. Some of them crawling on the side, some of them hanging from below, doing the monkey bars things, and 3 of them kind of racing up at you. We're going to see how many of these guys fail and fall to their deaths. But they're all taking multi-actions, as you may imagine, to maneuver and attack Lady Salvo. I don't have enough dice. That has never happened in Torg.
What?
Okay, one of them definitely, you hear a startled cry as this one falls from below, hits the ground, and makes a very stunted-looking snow angel.
Wilhelm scream.
Wilhelm scream. Those are the best. I'm not going to spend possibilities on those. The rest, even with the penalties, make it to Lady Salvo. Now the real question is, what are
I'm
their melee
vulnerable this
attacks?
Well, maybe I'm not vulnerable because the flurry gave me an extra action.
Let's see. I believe vulnerable is until the start of your next turn, or end of your next turn.
Okay, fair enough. So I'm still vulnerable.
Until the vulnerable until the end of your next turn.
Got it.
Can they all attack since it's a
Chat.
very narrow?
Chat says
Arm.
it's time to blow the gas line again. They come at the remaining 2, 4, 5 of them come at Lady Salvo both from the front and from the side and from the other angle as well. I don't think
Kind of
they're
hanging from their long simian-like arms and
They-
slashing with one.
They really are. Or they've shoved stunted legs into the machinery and are just slashing up. So, Lady Salvo, with the vulnerability, 16 is what I need to hit you, which means anybody with a +2 hits. So that will be 1, 2.
These guys are nasty as hell.
3. 3 get standard successes, and 2 will get good successes.
Yikes.
So, Lady Salvo, they're coming for you. They're coming for you with
I'll say
a vengeance. So the 3 that got standard successes, Anton, you watch as 3 of them just bludgeon Lady Salvo, just smacking them as she tries to dodge. She's turning them into not lethal blows, but stunning ones for 6 shock total. And the last 2...
In Torg, we call that karma, Lady Salvo.
Yeah, that's karma, all right.
You just got hit by like several
Same
karmas.
Team.
Wait, no.
That's
not how
karma
that
just
works.
ran over my dogma.
That's right. 12 will put them up on... All right, I'm spending a possibility on one of these rolls. All right, there we go. We'll get an extra die of damage in there. And just 2s as far as the eye can see. So, Lady Salvo, you will take a total of 8 shock from 4 bludgeoning attacks and 1 wound and 2 shock from the final one.
Okay, well, that KOs me. The total of 10 shock, and I have 7, so...
Are you soaking the
Now keep
wound?
fighting.
I have 0 possibilities, my man. I had to spend 1 to soak and spend 1 to possible God just to get out of dodge to shoot that guy last round. So,
All right.
yeah, no, that's a KO. I play keep fighting.
Well, you don't have to test for defeat yet.
Oh, is it not? Okay, then I'm just
I just like you fall, Anton. You see her fall from the arm. Normally,
I smell.
Normally, it would definitely do some damage, but you fall into crisply packed snow, and so again, there's now a second snow angel next to the first. This one much more elegant. And Anton, as you watch this, you just see the green eyes look to you. Oh, that's a 10. As this, as the rifle, Anton, that you are familiar with, you normally see the sprayers carried by techno demons, or those who have the muscle to kind of bring these things to bear. Plus 12, so 26 to hit. Anton, I believe that is an outstanding success. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm at 14 with my awareness.
So tune in next week for our new characters. As we
15, 29. Your toughness, Anton, is 12. Anton, the bullets rip into you. Lady Salvo, you're pleasantly wrapped in a cocoon of snow for 3 wounds and 6 shock.
Let's try to soak.
Come on, 10 or 20. Blow that die up.
Uh, 16 on my reality roll.
A 16 is an outstanding success, so you will negate all wounds and all shock. As this thing just starts to, like, gun steaming in the winter air, just starts walking towards you, and its legs, it sinks deep into the snow, and it brings out, I mean, it's 3 meters tall, so its leg, it kind of pulls it up out of the snow, extends it out, and this very sort of slow and loping move. Anton, I need you to test for surge.
Oh, I do too.
Yep.
That's just a straight roll, isn't it?
Straight roll, looking for ones.
In my case, it's a 1 to 4, but no.
Okay.
16.
All right, Anton, you are up.
Is it actually? Is it a 4 case?
I don't think
No.
it's a 4 case for you because you're not violating. You to get a
Quarterisros,
four
yeah.
to get a 4 case, you would have to be violating both your personal axiom and the world axiom.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's just a 1 for me. So yeah, I'm fine. By the way.
So it's moved closer. So if I move closer to it, how far would it be if I float?
How far can you move?
Well, normal movement says 8, so I can use my walking speed. Oh, I can also run while levitating at the -2 penalty, so I can move 24 and take another penalty
Well,
if that
he
gets me.
he is now 60 meters away from you.
Yeah, it still doesn't get me close enough. How far am I to the other creatures who are scrambling around
Oh, them?
on the machine?
I got my little triangle map up. Anton, you're only about 30 meters from them.
Okay, so I can move over there and still blast them.
Yeah, you can.
At normal speed, I don't have to take another penalty. And I'm not firing into melee because Lady Salvo graciously
She vacated the
spot.
premises. She is thinking ahead to your turn.
That's right.
I'm just taking a brief nap.
Sorry.
Don't mind me.
Meanwhile, in Lady Salvo's unconscious dreams, there are sand and pyramids and dark alleys and evildoers that need stopping.
Well, there's also the yellow crab. You have failed this city.
I'm a 20 on my telekinesis to hit their dex or dodge.
That is a good success.
$16 fire.
16 fire is not enough to get past. Wait, 16 fire is 10. That's up 5. All right, so that does take one of the ones that is hanging off. You just kind of.
And it should make the rest of that gang arm a little bit slicker as some of the ice slightly
yeah.
melted, so water on ice.
Yeah,
So
I'll allow it. All right.
And I will put. Now, do I have to have Martyr into play to discard it to get a possibility, or I just say, hey, I want to get rid of this and give me another card?
I believe you're using the card, so you would have to have it in your pool in order to discard it for a possibility, or to kill yourself to save Lady Salvo. I mean, just either way. However you want to use that. Please don't play it for that. We just got you character art.
Right?
Right? That's just.
Said it at
No,
the
but I'll
very
have it
beginning.
in play with along with Coup de Grazie. My 2 compatriots though should go bang bang.
Oh, they do fire. The creature kind of stands up from the snow and turns to Lady Salvo, and there's again just this eruption of brain and plant matter, and it falls into the snow turning red around them. All right, Mark. Look out! Heroes go first, but they test for surge, and attack is the approved action.
Okay.
I don't think I can recover shock until I get a possibility. So,
Or if a inspiration card gets drawn.
inspiration. That's what we need. Yeah.
I will blast another one of those simians off the machine since the dude's too far away. And I will yell to my compatriots, kill it! And I point to him.
We're sending the NPCs after the boss.
That's
This
right.
is not a good,
This is
not
how-
a good idea.
It's pear-shaped.
If I can get close enough, I'll go up and try to fry him, but it does me no good to try to get closer because all he'll do is keep shooting me. So,
Take cover, Mark.
well, yeah, I'll move. I'm going to blast him, and then I'll move, maybe try to put the machine between me and it.
Okay, that'll be a no. That's just a regular action. So
Yeah, I'm just going to maneuver, my normal movement. to get over there. But I hit it for 19 for one of the simians.
Oh, that is, again, still a good success.
That's 17 fire.
17 fire takes out another one, Mark, dropping this second pack from 6 to 5.
And I will kind of maneuver, or not, I will float, not the maneuver action, but float, trying to get the machine more between me and that thing.
Yeah, that's
without dropping down too much.
yeah.
So
You definitely now have +4 toughness from the tall, lanky creature until it gets closer to you.
Yes.
2 shots ring out.
I get a card?
Oh, yes, you do. You made an attack
Right,
action.
attack.
Leadership.
Can I put a card into play even though I'm unconscious?
Greg, I mean, I'm fine with it. Like, unless there is like a specific KO rule that I am not aware of.
If I can, I'm putting supporter into the pool.
Okay.
Last freaking card I looked at. Okay.
You may be revived with a successful first aid test, by the way. Nope, you can take no actions, including free actions, spending possibility, trading, or playing destiny cards.
I'm not playing it. I'm putting it in my pool.
Yep, all right. Greg has supported that. Let's go with it. Man, this is the best. Greg, thank you for showing up and watching us play Torg. This is fantastic. All right. Also, just as a side note, if you did not watch Torg or Treek, you should go do it. There are Easter eggs from this campaign in that one shot. So go check out the Ulysses International channel and check out the Torg or Treat Halloween adventure. All right, so you put your card in your pool. Anton went. The NPCs fired and missed horribly. I rolled a 2 and an 8. And Anton, the 5 remaining ones are going to attempt to leap onto you.
Okay, I play action into my pool.
Okay.
Taekwondo leap.
Taekwondo leap. This is a variation of boot to the head, as they are dropping down upon you. Or as one of our characters from the B team would say, "Upons you," I guess, because she is prim and proper. All right, Anton. Maneuvers and rolls. Well, one of them lands badly enough that you see its leg snap against like the caterpillar tracks, because that's what happens on a natural 1. However, one of them leaps down, but leaps far out from where you're at, lands in the snow, manages to right itself, but is not close enough to attack you. The other 3, however, most definitely are.
There, I'm still floating some. But
Right,
yeah, they're leaping out.
Yeah, they're leaping
me.
out, and they are basically grappling you as they are attempting to pull you to the ground.
Tharkold has the worst Gospog. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, they sort of really do. All right, it is. This is versus your unarmed, and your unarmed is 14 right now, correct, Anton?
Yes.
All right, 1. We'll spend one of these beta possibilities. All right, Anton, 1 gets a hold of you with a standard success and will deal strength -2, which is for them only 8. So I believe that will do 1 shock to you. The other 2 are going to restrain you. You are now flat-footed to their attacks and may not move. They're dragging you to the ground. The 3 of them are holding on to you, kind of pulling you to the ground. One of them does just a flat 2 more shock to you. And you are stymied as well. So hold on, let me just make sure this is 1, 2, so a total of 5 shock. You are stymied and flat-footed.
Did one of them do more shock than others?
It was 1, 2, and 2.
One of the twos I will. Yeah, well, no. 1, 2, and 2.
Did you see the chat, Ross?
I did, yes.
I will keep my possibility because I can't soak enough that I'm KO'd by shock.
All right.
That's 11 shock. That's what I've got.
Well, first of all,
So as I blank out, we drop to the ground and they should fall off me and take damage. Damn it.
no, I've already established that the snow is soft and fluffy. And, but I will say, hashtag hold my decanter of blood is now going to be one of our official hashtags for this Torg game. Mr. Furious responded to Lady Salvo who said Tharkold has the worst Gospog, and it was like Orosh, hold my decanter of blood. All right, so we will end the stream here. I know we're ending a little early, but both of our heroes have been knocked out. And while there are 2 NPCs, the story is not about NPC heroes.
No, it's
So, when Anton, the last thing you see is that earth mover kind of above you as these things just pile on you, bearing you to the ground. And as your head comes out of the snow, one of them just kind of palm strikes you across the face, knocking you out. When the 2 of you come to, the first thing you notice is you are quite warm. In fact, uncomfortably so, as if the cold of Tharkold has been banished. You also notice that neither of you can move. You're both bound in heavy chains that weigh you to the ground. Next to you is Solomon, but not Zakova. He too is bound in chains, and you can hear this chanting of the monks as they are chanting around you are deep in the mine. You don't know where you are. You can see several exits sort of leading here. And you can see that in front of you, you are being forced to kneel. You are locked in at the base of this hole, this kind of scooped out area. You can see small bobcats kind of around the area. And you can see this black tarry substance bubbling up at the bottom of this pit. And as you watch, the chanting reaches a crescendo, and this spike of this black tarry liquid strikes Solomon in the face, and it squirms up his nose, in his mouth, and you see it kind of infect and crawl up into his eyes. And as he rolls his neck, his head on his neck, it's almost as if the bones are no longer attached to the skin, and you can definitely see the skull moving far more liquidly inside the skin. And the chanting begins anew, but you both think that you hear gunfire in the hall. And we'll end here, and we'll pick up in several weeks, because next week is Thanksgiving week. We're taking the week off. Reruns of this just fantastic session. Lady Salvo, did you have or do you or Anton have one last final thing to say before I do my wrap-up spiel?
I'm going to look at Anton and say, jury's still out on whether these are aliens, right?
Kalima!
So, in 2 weeks when we come back, we will see what's going on in the Horsemen game. That's all I'm going to say for now. I need to, move some chess pieces about. But we will come back in 2 weeks. We'll have more Torg for you. We're going to be playing Fading Suns on Thursday. It's going to be fantastic. The crew of the Oh Boy, someone from their past wants them dead. Not just dead, but, to suffer and then die. They don't know who it is. I don't know. Maybe you know who it is. I'd like to think I do. But we'll be there on Thursday for more Fading Suns. Check us out on Ulysses International. If you are new to the stream, Ulysses has a ton of great shows. Not just a backlog of delightful Torg and Fading Suns game featuring everyone you see here and more. They also have the Ulysses World Show, where they talk about the news and the new products coming out in Ulysses. Myth, both the board game and the role-playing game have shows. Ross and I do campfire chats every other Thursday talking about the exciting world of the Four Kingdoms of Myth and all of the fun times we're going to have playing in them. Fading Suns has Heretical Musings. You can see Robert Aducci does solo reads of books and like deep dives into various game worlds like the Dark Eye and Torg and Fading Suns and all of the new games that are coming out for Ulysses. As always, thank you to my excellent producers and moderators, JD and Phantom of Truth. You guys are spectacular. Thank you to Mark and Lady Salvo. I can only imagine this did not go necessarily as you planned, but you guys were fantastic. Chat, as always, we love you. Just keep it up, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks for more Torg Tuesdays and the Horsemen game. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming. Lord knows we need as much gaming as we can in our lives right now. It is the thing that keeps me sane. So I will talk with all of you guys later. Have a great week.